the practice directives, you need to make sure that you are aligned to the primary legislation. Now, it's nowhere in the primary legislation wherein it brings this, but remember the section 39(7)(b that I spoke about, that the Chief Ombud may propose any other order as long as it's related to this. Now, we are trying to bring this to the fold in terms of that section 39(7)(b. It's part of even also the urgent matters. Those urgent matters, they actually, we were able to deal with them in terms of the practice directive. But they are not there, but they are part of the section 39(7)(b. So we are trying to bring also this provision that talks to the trustees being personally liable, because nowhere are they indicated that they can be personally liable. But at the same time, you look at the HOAs, which I think we must always try to distinguish between the homeowners associations, which are loosely called the HOAs, and the body corporates, which are sectional titles. Now, the sectional titles, there's a specific legislation, which is the Sectional Titles Schemes Management Act, which came into being together with the C-SOS legislation, which is the C-SOS Act. Now, but the Companies Act was not amended according to be able to align with some of the provisions that are there in the C-SOS legislation, that is the Community Schemes Ombud Services Act. When you look at section 4 of the C-SOS legislation, it talks to, let me perhaps even start with section 1, which is the definition of a community scheme. It talks to the sectional title schemes, the homeowners association, and any other. You see, the fact that the homeowners association are specified in the definition of the community schemes, then it means that they fall under the regulatory direction or directive of the Ombud in this instance, to an extent that we are able to deal with matters that relates to the homeowners association. Now, I think you would note from the previous, quite a number of the case laws that and the jurisprudence that has been created, that most of the directors, they like to hide under the corporate veil, what they normally call a corporate veil. But there are quite a number of court cases wherein the courts have pierced through that corporate veil to an extent that they are now found to be personally liable. Now, in this instance, we are almost at the tail end of finalizing the practice directives. We felt that we should not only seek to add only one aspect, which is the aspect that you referred to, which is the one that deals with the trustees, but other issues of importance. I mean, earlier in our conversation here, you spoke about an urgent matter to say, can't you also bring a matter such as the fact that they want to use the HOA money and take the matter to an arbitration, which will cost about $1 million. You would need to have this matter that can be dealt with on an urgent basis. So now, those are some of the things that we have actually are considering actually as we speak. We cannot just introduce one aspect without introducing all other aspects. Remember, it's a new legislation, and we get these challenges as we practice, as we put this legislation into practice, and we practice on a daily basis to say, these are the shortcomings, these are the challenges, these are the ways and means of us being able to deal with those shortcomings, either by the practice directives, however, being mindful of the fact that we cannot amend the legislation via the practice directives, and how can we best deal with it while still waiting for the whole process of the amendment of the legislation. At least we need to be able to bring some of the issues as per the powers and functions that are provided in that section 39(7)(b that says any other order proposed by the Chief Ombud. Remember what I said, that in terms of the definition of community schemes, it is precisely indicated that the HOA is part of the community schemes which are governed also by the Ombud also. So as I said, we are crossing the T's, dotting the I's. We should not have that issue. It will be a thing of the past if there's something that they technically want to say they want to rely on as far as that is concerned.